Hi everybody, this is Algebra 1, Lesson 54, and this lesson is going to cover Substitution Axiom, Simultaneous Equations, and how to solve simultaneous equations by substitution. Alright, so the Substitution Axiom basically says if two expressions have equal values, so that means they equal the same amount, it is permissible to use either expression. So we can use one expression to replace the other in an equation. Simultaneous equations are going to be two or more equations that can be satisfied by the same solution. Okay, so that'll make a lot more sense once we start working some of these problems. So for substitution, it says use substitution to solve for x and y. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is look at this, and I see this little bracket right here. And this bracket tells me this is a system of equations. That means there's going to be an x value and a y value that'll substitute both of these at the same time. That'll satisfy this equation. So x will equal something, y will equal something, and it'll come out right for both of these. All right. The first thing I'm going to look at for when I'm using substitution is an x equals or a y equals. Right here I have x equals negative 3y plus 11. That value I'm going to substitute for this x right here. So I'm going to rewrite my problem and I'm going to plug in this value for that x. Alright, so I've got 2 times x, and my x equals negative 3y plus 11. All right, then I have to keep going with my equation, minus y equals 1. All right, so now I can solve because I only have one variable. I only have y. I don't have x in here anymore. Now I can figure out what y equals. So first I'm going to rainbow. 2 times 3 is 6. That would be negative 6y. And then 2 times 11, which would be 22, minus y equals 1. Now I can put these y terms together, so that would be negative 7y plus 22 equals 1. Now I have to subtract 22, and I get negative 7y equals negative 21. Now just divide by negative 7. Negatives cancel each other out, and I get y equals 3 times 7 is 21. But I need an x value and a y value. I know my y equals 3. So I can take that 3 and I can substitute back in here. So let me erase all that. Alright, so now I can pick either one of these problems and I can substitute my 3 in there because I know that y equals 3. So I can go right in here and I can make that be a 3. Or I could go right in there and make that one be a 3. It looks like this one will be easier to solve. It has less going on, so I'll use that one. 2x minus y, which is a 3, equals 1. Alright, so I'm going to do plus 3. And I get 2x equals 4. Divide by 2. X equals 2. Now to write this out properly, I want it to be an ordered pair, like when we're doing the x-y coordinates. My x always comes first. So that'd be 2, and then my y value is 3. So you always have x first, then y. Alright, so that's what the answer to one of these problems would look like. Okay, there's a bunch of examples. Let's try another one. Alright, so I see that I've got my little bracket. That means it's a system of equations. And my x, that means I have one x and one y value, one x value, one y value, that'll make both of these equations be true. The first thing I look for is either an x equals or a y equals. Right here I've got y equals x minus 6. Okay, so that's the value I'm going to substitute in for y in this equation. Alright, so that's that right there. So I'm going to write the other equation, 2x plus 3 times y. And my y is x minus 6. So I'm going to say 3 times x minus 6 equals negative 13. Now I can solve for x because I don't have any y terms. I'm just going to bring this one down. Now I have to rainbow that. And rainbow there. 3 times 6 is negative 18 equals negative 13. Now I can put my y terms together. That would be 5x minus 18 equals negative 13. Now I can add 18. 5x x equals 5, divide by 5, and I get x is equal to 1. So my x value is 1. Now I have to figure out my y value. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in 1 into one of these equations. It looks like this bottom one will probably be easier. So I'm going to say y equals x, which is 1 minus 6. Well, 1 minus 6 is negative 5. So my my y value is negative 5. And to write that, I would write my x first, put them in parentheses, put your comma in between. Whoops. I need to write my value for x first. The value for x is 1 and then negative 5. And that's what the answer should look like. 1, negative 5. Here's my x. Here's my y. All right, I'll work another example. Okay, so on this one, I'm looking for something that says x equals or y equals. Right here I have x equals. So this is the value that I'm going to substitute in for that x. So I'm going to write 3 times x, which is 3y minus 10. Then I'm going to continue on with the rest of the equation, plus 2y equals 3. All right, first step is to rainbow. 3 times 3 is 9y. 3 times 10 is 30, and that would be negative 30, plus 2y equals 3. All right, I have some y terms I can put together over here. 3 and 2 is 11. 2 and 9 is 11. Y minus 30 equals 3. Now I have to add 30 to both sides. And I get 11y equals 30 plus 3 will be 33. Now I'm going to divide by 11. And I'm going to get y equals 3. 3 times 11 is 33. Alright, I still need an x value. I've got my y. So now all I have to do is plug that 3 in when I see a y. So if I go on to this one, I can plug it in right there. Or I could use that one and plug it in right there. 3x plus 2 times y, which is 3, equals 3. 3x plus 2 times 3 is 6, equals 3. Minus 6, minus 6. 3x equals 3 minus 6 would be negative 3. Divide by 3. And I'm going to get x equals negative 1. Let's try it in the other problem. So let's put it into here. X equals 2y, which is 3, minus 10. X equals, well, that's not right. Hang on. What did I do wrong here? 3x plus 2y equals 3. X plus 2 times 3 is 6. Negative 3. Yeah, that's right. Oh, I see what I did. I wrote this one wrong. There we go. X equals 3 times y, which is 3 minus 10. There we go. 3 times 3 is 9 minus 10. X equals negative 1. It should come out the same no matter which one you plug it into. Alright, so there's my answer. My x value is negative 1. My y value is 3. Put them in parentheses. Alright, I'll work another one. Okay, so first thing I need to do is look for one that says x or y equals. Here's y equals that. So I'm going to plug this value, negative 3x plus 8, into where that y is. So I'm going to have negative x minus 2 times y, which is negative 3x plus 8 equals 4. Alright, so now I'm going to have my negative x, bring that down. Now I've got to do negative 2 times negative 3 would be positive 6. Positive 6x. Don't forget about that x. Alright, now I've got negative 2 times positive 8, which would be negative 16 equals 4. Okay, I can put these two x's together. So 6 minus 1 would be 5x minus 16 equals 4. Now I'm going to add 16. I get 5x equals 20. Divide by 5. X equals 4. Okay, now I got to put that 4 value into one of these. I'm going to say y equals negative 3 times x, which is 4, plus 8. 3 times 4 is 12. Y equals negative 4. Yep, y equals negative 4. How to write that properly? I want my x value first, which is 4, then my y value, which is negative 4. And there's the answer to that one. That means that I could go through these equations and they will be equal to each other. So if I said negative 4 minus 2 times, let's see, x was 4, y is negative 4, equals 4. And then I said 2 times 4, that would be positive 8. And negative 4 equals 4. And that would be 4 equals 4. So that's correct. I could put them into this bottom one. So y equals negative 3x plus 8. I've got x is 4, so, and y is negative 4. Negative 4 equals negative 3 times 4 plus 8. Negative 4 equals 3 times 4 is negative 12 plus 8. Negative 4 equals negative 4. So that's how you can check them. Just put your values in there and work them out, and they should come out right. All right, another example. X just equals y. All right, so every time I come to an x, I'm going to put a y. 2 times y plus 3 times y equals 5. Well, 2y, that's just 2y plus 3y equals 5. Put those together. 5y equals 5. So that means that we divide by 5. Y equals 1. Well, it says x equals y. So if y is 1, then x has to equal 1. So they're both 1. 1, 1 is the answer to that one. All right, so next it is time to do the practice problems. So just pause the video and work those practice problems, and then when you're done, you can push play and I'll work them for you. All right, so A says use substitution to solve for x and y. All right, so here's my value for x, and I'm going to plug that into that equation right there. So 2 times my value for x, which is 4y minus 10, plus 3y equals 24. So here I'm going to rainbow. 2 times 4 is 8y, and there, minus 20, plus 3y equals 24. All right, I got to put my y values together. That'll be 11y minus 20 equals 24. Now I have to add 20. And I get 11y equals 44. That's 20 I was adding right there. There we go. And then I divide by 11, and I get y equals 4. Y equals 4, so I can just plug that in. So I got x equals 4 times y, which is 4, minus 10. X equals 4 times 4 is 16, minus 10. X equals 6. So my answer is 6, 4. That was A. B. Look for my value. It's right here. So I've got y equals x plus 7. So every time I see this y right here, I'm going to replace it with x plus 7. So x plus 2y, which is x plus 7, equals negative 16. All right, so I'm going to bring down my x, and then I'm going to rainbow. That would be positive 2x. 2 times 7 is 14. Now make sure you rainbow both of those terms. Equals negative 16. All right, I can put these x's together, and I get 3x plus 14 equals negative 16. Now I'm going to subtract 14, and I'm going to get 3x equals negative 30. Then I'm going to divide by 3, and I get x equals negative 10. Okay, now I just need to plug that in. I'm going to use this top equation that looks easiest. Y equals negative 10 plus 7. Negative 10 plus 7 would be y equals negative 3. So my answer is negative 10, negative 3. All right, I hope that made sense to everybody. I think that was all on the practice problems. Yep, that's it. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.